Shalom, Kol Holo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name's Barad Debal, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. Especially to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today, just a cautionary tale, part 11. As you can see, it says, Oceanside woman, rising culinary star, dies in hiking accident in Hawaii. And so this is again, it's a cautionary tale. But then, in a sense, it's just a thought as to, spiritually, how we should be moving and thinking in these last days. In these last times, it says, for the days are evil. Okay, and Timothy says, for perilous times shall come. And there's all manner of things that are happening unto people upon the earth. And these things are happening because they walk in great pride. And so these great miseries, that is 2nd Esdras 8:50. And what happens is the way we think, the things that we say, every idle word, and things that which we do, we're going to have to give an account for. And so I guess we'll call this will actually be Cautionary Tale, Spiritual Thoughts, part 11. So I'm going to play this video. I have a few scriptures and whatever other thoughts that Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, put into my mind to bring out or to say, we'll do so. But here we go.
Full effect is going to go well beyond her years. Mm-hmm. And there is peace in that.
An Oceanside woman and rising culinary star being remembered tonight after her tragic death while on vacation in Hawaii. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I am Wale Aliu.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. As ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen tells us, she had just fulfilled a lifelong dream to see a waterfall when the unthinkable happened.
A hike to a waterfall was Gianna's dream.
This photo shows 26-year-old Gianna Bezzetta living her dream mid-hike on Kauai, Hawaii with her boyfriend Connor 2 Sundays ago. About 2 hours later, they made it to the waterfall standing in the pool below. I sat down with her parents, mother Kati and father Sal.
She had told him that day that he had fulfilled her dreams and that it was the best day of her life.
Kati says not long after her daughter said those words, the unthinkable happened.
They heard a really loud noise, and he kind of looked up, he said, and he couldn't figure out where the noise came from. So a rock apparently dislodged from up above them quite a ways up and made its way down and unfortunately landed on her.
Fire officials confirming a falling boulder struck her. Kati says her frantic boyfriend pulled Gianna out of the water. With no phone service, he ran and got help. Eventually, Gianna airlifted to a hospital where she passed away. Her parents able to fly there in time to say goodbye.
Like something was broken, something was missing, so a part of me and a part of us.
It's like something that's been sucked out of you.
Yeah.
Her parents called Gianna
beyond determined.
The executive pastry chef at Michelin star Jean Echely in Carlsbad, compassionate and creative.
That's next to our wedding rings.
The heart ring Gianna always wore, now worn by her mom, who calls the visits and condolences from the community incredible. The couple says they're leaning on their faith and they take some comfort in the last moments of her life.
She was with the love of her life.
Right.
And in a glimpse of time, she had pure bliss. And no one can take that away from her or us.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
What a heartbreaking story. Gianna's body arrived back in the North County this morning. An online fundraiser has been set up to help.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 11. It says, I returned and I saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to us all. So now is the time that we get, you come across this knowledge, this wisdom and understanding. It's not a time to scoff. It's not a time to turn away your ear from hearing the Lord, removing the shoulder, slapping the hand. But it's a time to take heed, because again, things like such as what happened to this young lady could definitely happen, and it's continuously happening upon the earth. And it could definitely happen to any one of us. Those that is even doing the work, we say that our righteousness is as filthy rags. We see that even yesterday there were it was a horrific storm, and there's been storms happening ever since. And speaking with the elder Demashapot here in Indianapolis, he said that, it was over hundreds of storms have hit, deadly storms across the Midwest, across the United States, especially since the Passover. We've had earthquakes that have hit, and one in particular that's in it was like in the thousand, over 1,600 that had died from a particular earthquake. And so 7.7 earthquake. So these things are happening because the Lord is visiting this place. And what manner of man ought we to be in holy conversation? Our conduct, as these things are happening, we must be set apart from the rest of the world and be acting in accordance and the ordinances of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Again, though I seen this video, it's not about her. It's mainly just to take heed of these warnings. It says, "For men also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the net, evil net, and as a bird that is caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them." And that's no pun intended, but she happened to be in a position of where she said all her dreams have come true, and she was with the lover of her life, and all the things in which she had desired, she had completed. If you said all your dreams have come true. And we never stop learning, we never stop working when it comes to trying to please Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and to doing so there is no end. But of course, those in the world, they don't have that mindset. And when you come into this truth, you have to understand that there's a continuously growing, a continuous work. And again, like I said, no pun intended, but a bolder, once she has just said those words, roughly minutes, whatever, a short time after, she's seeing this waterfall, a boulder fell down upon her. And so you have to understand that, like I said, as fishes are snared in the net, these things, birds caught in a snare, these things can happen suddenly. One day you're here, and the next day the Lord calls you back to the spirit world. This is the book of Job, chapter 4, verse 7 through 9. "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same." Now, we don't know what she was caught into. Only Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai knows. And as a result of her tragic demise and how she died, it's now a conversation. Okay. Because many of us, as is now, the weather's getting warm. People, when the weather's like very cold, you're in a position where, when it's cold and freezing, everyone wants to be home, but then, and they're not feeling so good. But then when the weather is actually getting warm, now people want to get out, and they actually forget about their cares and certain things, and they want to go take vacations and trips. And and all that, whether it be the winter or the cold, we should be giving a thought to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So it says, by the blast of his nostril, they perish, and by the breath of his nostril, by the blast of the most high, they perish, and by the breath of his nostril, they consumed. So they're here and gone in an instant. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6. Isaiah 55, verse 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while they may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. So if you come across this understanding, you should be seeking the Lord. This is the time that we should be seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and cleaving unto him and departing not away. It says, let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts. So this wicked is dealing with the children of our people because, and because it said the unrighteous man his thoughts. And he says, and let him return unto the Lord. And this is how we know this is dealing with the Israelites, because Yahweh has only dealt with the children of Israel. As he tells us in Amos chapter 3, verse 1, you only have I known of all the nations of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay. Then we have Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Where he says he showeth his word. It might be 48. Well, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. As for his judgments, let me get it. They have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, roughly paraphrasing. So he says, the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him. Okay, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. So if we turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he will have mercy upon us. The evils and the deaths that may have been set for us to receive, the Lord may decide to have mercy. Okay, and then he says he will abundantly pardon. So the wages of sin is death. And in order to be a pardon from a crime, right, and receiving a punishment for a particular crime, especially all things that are happening upon the earth, many judgments that are happening upon the earth, we must be in the good graces of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, remorseful and turning from our sins. Okay, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. Verses 25 to 33 says, but ye have said at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. So this is for those who aren't listening to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Because there's a time in which there's going to be famine. There's going to be mass death. So there's going to be hunger, mass death. There's going to be war in the streets. We're going to be dealing with World War III. We're going to be dealing with the hour of temptation, this mark of the beast, the MOTB, this chip. That's going to be it's going to be an instrument of this cruel Lord, this current ruler, Trump. And these elite, right? And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will be in a time where he's going to turn back. He's going to allow for these things to happen at a mass scale. And he says, and how will he laugh? Through his prophets. He says, and when when distress and anguish come upon you, he says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So that's why it says, now is the time to seek the Lord while he may be found. It says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. So everything in which you trusted in, that's what you're gonna be needing to lean on to help you. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Because the things in which you thought you've received in this life to help you, and yet when you had liberty and you despised the word of the Lord, then now destruction is going to come upon you. This is like, that will be your consolation, all the things that you gain on this side. And again, speaking of her, she was a rising culinary star. She had fulfilled, she pretty much said she fulfilled her dreams. And we don't want to be in that mind state, because though, when we go to please the Lord, or we go to work to glorify the Lord, we can't go far enough. So there's always work to be done, always constant working on ourselves to be better, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, last 33 says, but whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. So if you hearkening unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're returning unto him, like he said, he's going to abundant pardon, and he'll be quiet from the fear of evil. He says, you will not touch, no evil thing will come upon thee. Okay, here's a last scripture. I've been quoting this a lot. Proverbs chapter 13:13. It says, whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandments shall be rewarded. So you're either going to be with Yahweh by Shem Yahushai or against him as these times begin to turn up, these evil times. So I hope that this lesson was edifying, uplifting, exhorting of some sort to the elect body of true believers. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Till next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say, Shalom.